The Frank Haith Show, brought to you by Don Thornton Cadillac, Pepsi, River Spirit, TTCU, the credit union, and St. Francis Health System. And now your host, Bruce Howard.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Frank Haith Show. I'm Bruce Howard, joined by the head coach of the Golden Hurricane, Frank Haith. And, Coach, kind of the way basketball goes, some ups, some downs, and boy, a big bounce-back win for you against Boise at home. A tough one on the road against Arkansas, but clearly the bounce-back win against Boise was huge here at the Reynolds Center.
Yeah, we played with great toughness in that game, Bruce. I thought from the start of the game we had a right mindset on both ends of the court, but defensively it set the tone. And then obviously, we went down to Fayetteville and we didn't play as well. But I thought, obviously they played extremely well. They shot the ball from three, they shot the ball from two, and two of their big guns had great nights.
Okay, so it's the University of Tulsa taking on Boise at the Reynolds Center. We'll have the highlights of that game from Wednesday last week on the Frank Haith Show.
My name is Ryan Gendron. I'm a sophomore and I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Long three-pointer, yes! Off the left side, buries a three.
I'm looking to just be a good teammate and help the team out any way I can. I feel like I'm a pretty good shooter, and I'm going to give it my all every night, day in and day out.
Guys, attack their gaps, drive it, fly around. I want to see us playing that way. We didn't do it last game, right? We didn't fly around. We weren't in the stance on defense. We kind of went through the motions. Tonight, for 40 minutes, let's do that. They're a feel-good team, right? They want to, if things go their way, they feel good. But once you smack them in the mouth, they start looking around. And I expect us to smack them in the mouth. Yes, let's go, man. Let's go. Go.
We're back on the Frank Haith Show as the University of Tulsa got ready for the game against Boise State, a former WAC foe, at the Reynolds Center. And, Coach, you guys are coming off the sting of the Arkansas State game, and so you really had to be prepared and ready to go against a good team.
Yeah, and you look at their team in terms of Derek Olson, a pro prospect, and we knew we had to do a good job on him, and Jessup, an outstanding scorer. That was the focus, and I thought we did a really good job. We were dialed in defensively right from the start on both those guys.
Yeah, you mentioned, of course, a good shooting team, and they came in as a high-scoring team and a really good shooting team, so no question about it. Defense would be important for the Golden Hurricane, and again, from the jump, Coach, you guys were on point.
We were, we shot the ball pretty well here, particularly here in the first half, and there's a great steal, loose ball play we come up with. Good attack by Zay, and then gives it. And I think our fans, we've seen that shot quite a bit from Brandon, that nice mid-range right there in the middle of the paint.
Rachel with the basket. A lot of energy in the early going, not a lot of scoring. It was about 3.5 minutes before you got the first score. But there's Manny Ugbo with a basket.
Yeah, once we got the lid off, we kind of got it going. After you mentioned the first 2 or 3 minutes of the first start of this ball game, and then there's Zay. Getting some separation to raise up and shoot that three.
Isaiah Hill with that basket to make it a 7-2 score, and he's a guy that can shoot that shot, obviously, and his percentage, I think, is going to go up.
It is. Good execution here in out-of-bounds play. Lawson steps in and makes a three. Good screen right there by Josh Early.
So some distance for the Hurricane at 12-5, and now Reggie Jones, hey, if you give him a little room, he'll put that in.
Yeah, nice pull-up by Reg, and Reg has really worked on his shooting and this was a heck of a play by Zay. We had 5 seconds on the shot clock on a side out of bounds play, and he took it right to the hoop.
And that made it 17-9 Golden Hurricane, and Isaiah Hill would be the star of the next play as you get a loose ball, and Hill got his hands on it, and he will take it to the basket and score.
Good speed and finish there in transition by Isaiah.
But you had quick hands, and if the ball was loose, your guys were the ones to get to that 50-50 ball.
50-50 balls, we did a great job with those, and that goes back to the point we're talking about being dialed in at the beginning of this ball game.
19-9 is the score at that point, and again, doing a really nice job of rotating and helping, huh?
Yeah, middle drive, and we had gap strip there, and then we sealed down by Brandon, and a nice finish by Darren here in transition.
And again, Brandon Rachel, as he so often does, gets to that 50-50 ball, and as he so often does, Darren able to finish it.
Yeah, nice inside out right here by Brandon. That's Brandon, I think, to Jariah. But it's good to see Jariah get his three ball going there a little bit.
Tulsa up by 13 at that point, now up by 15, and now up by 17 after that steal.
Nice hands by Isaiah, knocking that ball loose, and just anticipating. And we've talked to Isaiah about being active, use his quickness on the defensive end a little bit more, and it's good to see him utilize that.
He would have 12 points in the first half. That's just inside the arc. That's a two-pointer, and he knocks that one in and continues to extend the lead. At that point, it's 16.
Yeah, nice pull-up, a nice acceleration here by Darren and making that play in the passing lanes. And obviously a good finish there at the other end.
Yeah, those are high percentage shots, these ones we've been talking about, aren't they?
Yeah, right at the rim. There's another one. We get a steal, we turn it over, then we get a steal, and then Lawson, Darren finds Lawson underneath the basket. You see, we shoot 56% at a half, and they shoot 28. So, it's good. 3-point percentage, 36, but respectable 13 by them. And I think you see we shot the ball well. We did a good job on defense. So it was a complete half, maybe our best half of the year.
Certainly your best first half,
yes.
No question. And
yes.
You're up by 21 at halftime. That lead, I believe, would get up to 23, maybe even extend it a little further. But here you are in the second half, and you can't take the foot off the pedal, can you?
No, and this is a nice shot by Reggie, individual play, and he has that ability to go get his own shot, and we like to see that more sometimes. But one of our slashing plays we run, and Darren, good finish at the rim, and right there we're up 21, playing really well.
Yeah, and that lead did get up to that 23. I believe that was the largest lead. Wow, what a scoop shot by Brandon Rochelle. Knows how to finish. Kind of got himself in the air, but he knew how to finish.
Yeah, just kind of weaved in and out of there and used the backboard, high off the backboard. Nice play.
Because Boise was making some shots at this point. They were trying to make a run.
They were, and this shot was a big one by Jariah to get us back off the snide a little bit there. And, he has that in his game, that nice little turnaround jump shot.
And there's a nice driving shot for the Hurricane. Again, able to convert and keep Boise State at bay.
Yeah, good pass by Darren, good back cut by Elijah, and good finish.
Darian Jackson with that pass, and Isaiah able to put it up and in, and on that replay that you can tell it gives Tulsa back their 16-point lead. And again, this is good defense leading to great offense.
Yeah, good defense by Jariah, and then nice ball ahead to Darren, and Darren put the afterburners on and go finish the rim.
And we'll take a look at it again and see how it starts on that defensive end. And that's that NBA guy you were talking about,
yeah,
Alston, right?
Yeah, and Jariah went up and contested it, and nice play, and then Josh gets a rebound, throws it ahead to Darren. Darren puts on the afterburners again, and like I said, and gets to the rim.
Again, Boise is trying to cut into the lead, but Tulsa had an answer every time. Elijah Joyner with the shot.
Yeah, and that we knew they could make a run, but we answered every run they made, and that was a nice pull-up right there by Lawson.
And Lawson Carita with a little bounce-back game after his injury, and he seems to be getting back a little bit better, although he's still kind of banged up.
Yeah, we talked about the mid-range shot in the paint there, Brandon. That's kind of the part of his game, and finished off the game nicely. Again, look at our defensive numbers there: 38% field goal shooting, 20%, 21 from three. And then we shot the ball 51% from the floor. So it was a all in all good performance on both ends of the floor.
You see Isaiah Hill leading the way with 14 points and 5 rebounds. Darian Jackson with 12 points, and Lawson Carita with a nice job as he ended up in double figures as well. So good win for the Golden Hurricane. They get to 8-2, and then it's a trip to Fayetteville, Arkansas. That's coming up next on the Frank Haith Show.
He'll launch a three-pointer. Good. Hill off the right wing, nailing the three for Tulsa. Tulsa driving down court and laying it up and in is Hill. Hill with 2 straight baskets driving to the hole. Now throws to Horn, top of the key. He fades back, fires a 3, and splashes it. Final score, Tulsa 69, Boise State 56.
Welcome back to the Frank Haith Show. The Golden Hurricane getting ready for a Saturday afternoon game in Fayetteville against Arkansas. Believe it or not, the first time the two teams have met since 2007. And Coach, it's a big-time atmosphere there, and you knew you had to go in there and play well.
Yeah, we knew they were coming off a tough loss on the road and had a week off to prepare, and we just had the game against Boise on that Wednesday, and we knew they would be ready to play. And they played a lot of home games, and they got good talent.
Yeah, only 2 road games for them in Atlanta against Georgia Tech, and then their only loss at Western Kentucky. They came into the game at 8-1. Tulsa coming into the game with a record of 8-2. So this is a nice regional matchup for the Hurricane and the Hogs. And you see Arkansas has hit a 3, but then you guys come back with a 2, and this is good to see. Martin Zigbanu inside.
It is, and we need Martins to continue. He had a nice game, which hopefully we can build on it. And there's Elijah with a nice drive there. early in this ball game, you know, we were okay, and then they started hitting a couple threes, and Isaiah Joe and Mason both got going. But these live ball turnovers hurt us, and because they scored, we didn't turn it over 13 times, but they scored like 20 plus points off our turnovers, and that's a killer.
And you can see that score at 21-5, and boy, you're needing baskets there, and you get one from Brandon.
Yeah, we get back in this thing. I think we cut it to 11 or 13 right before the half, and then, you know, you can see we're starting to get our feet underneath us a little bit here midway through the first half, and try to get some buckets here in transition.
Brandon Rachel's basket makes it 28-12, and boy, again, a high-flying player that really does a nice job with the double clutch if he has to.
And it's a nice move by Reggie in the middle of the paint area scoring, and you know, we're trying to, you know, we just needed stops right here to get ourselves back in the game. And this is a really good play by Josh. He blocked his shot and he went back up and got a rebound, stick back. And you can see we cut it to 12 right here, you know, and that's a really good play by Josh.
Yeah, and if you can cut it to 12, 13, 11, whatever at halftime, you feel like you're in pretty good shape based on how it started, right?
Exactly, and they got up to, you know, they were blazing early, and good play by Marge right there in the paint, patience, and you know, we still feel like we're in a good place right here. Good catch, good finish right here by Darren on the stick back.
So you end up getting the lead cut down to 16, and again, you would cut it down to as close as 11, and a nice job again by Martins. That time he went up really quickly, which was good to see, and then Darian, of course, with the follow.
Yes, and you know, we felt like we could get some offensive rebounds and attack. You know, really good job there by Elijah in the finish.
He gets that one and drew the foul as well. And the lead down to 13 now as we go down the backstretch here in the first half, and that's a good drive.
It is, and good finish, and we thought we had middle penetration, and we don't have that three they hit, but we had a 13-point lead, and I think they hit a three that hit every part of the rim right across half court to give them a 16-point lead to have.
Yeah, you don't have many 25-footers that hit the front rim and backboard, then the back of the rim and then go in, but it did at the buzzer, and so Arkansas had a 16-point lead at halftime. That one hurt, but then you come out pretty well here in the early part of the second half.
Yeah, I thought we, you know, made some adjustments there in the second half, how we want to attack them offensively, and we could see us get it going and quickly get into what we wanted to do in terms of our driving and penetration, and that's a great play right there by Darren and pull and kick. You know, we cut it to 11 right here, and then we executed on out-of-bounds play a couple times here, and Brandon got a couple layups on that baseline out of bounds.
And you would see Arkansas would lengthen it back out, but boy, that was a big one. That answered one of their threes with Elijah.
Yeah, we just kept, you know, just got to keep playing. You got to keep good execution right here on a slip pass and roll. We're still fighting, and that was good to see us still competing here. You know, again, we good penetration by Elijah, and that's good to see him attacking like this, and we need this out of him.
Yeah, you're getting great offense now from your team. However, you're just not getting enough stops at the other end, and they're making shots.
And that's the key. No, our defense let us down here a little bit in the second half, and not a little bit, a lot. And but we were executing a lot better on offense. But like I said, our defense, we couldn't stop them, and you know, they got the ball where they wanted it, and they finished and made some shots. But again, like I said, I like the fact that we're competing here. Again, we cut it back to 9 again with 11 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah, and we'll see again Tulsa's good defense this time, and boy, that's a very nice gap strip, wasn't it?
It was, and then the finish here in the transition game, and you know, we were Darren slashing down the lane, and a good finish right there.
Cuts it down to 9, and you're still hanging in there as you look at this situation. You're down by 12, and on the weave, eventually the basket goes in there for TU, and that one cuts it back down to 10. But then they get it going again.
Yeah, and you know, just Mason had a heck of a game, and you know, made a lot of threes, and you know, shot the ball with confidence. And I think he was coming off a 1 for 9 performance at Western Kentucky.
And Martin Zigbanu continued to play well as he was one of your high scorers in the game. And you continue to attack the basket, but you can see the score was not in favor of the Golden Hurricane.
No, and like I said, they played extremely well on that end of the court, and you know, but I do like the fact that we keep attacking, and thought he got hit right there, but we kept playing, and some good things we got out of this from an offensive standpoint we had been wanting to see.
And Elijah Joyner with a new career high in that game, by the way.
Yeah, nice moving on drive. We need more ball, but it's good to see Zay made a couple threes this game too.
Yep, that basket, again, trying to cut into the lead, but as you can see, Arkansas offensively just couldn't seem to miss, and there's Lawson Corita getting a basket in his home state, and that would pretty much wrap it up, and that is your final score. Tulsa would get another point in the game, but 98-79 is your final score, and cut it to 9 midway through the second half. That was as close as you got, Coach.
Yeah, like I said, we didn't perform well defensively in this game at all. Give them credit. They made some tough shots, but we didn't. We were a big part of that too. We didn't do what we needed to do. Mason Jones had an outstanding night, and so did Isaiah Joe. When you got two players get 61 points, puts a lot of pressure on you. Absolutely.
So the week is over. Now we get ready for yet another week, but only one game, and we'll talk about that and have more on the Frank Haith Show in a moment. We welcome you back to the Frank Haith Show, and on the Don Thornton Cadillac feature segment, it's going to be, well, we're going to ask the players, what's your favorite Christmas carol or song? Coach, do you have one?
Yeah, I like the version of Silent Night by The Temptations.
All right, Silent Night. Well, sometimes in the huddle, all is not calm, but that is a great tune, no question about it. All right, here are the players responding to the question, what is your favorite song or Christmas carol?
Favorite Christmas carol is This Christmas by Chris Brown.
Favorite Christmas carol, I'd say This Christmas, Chris Brown, but I ain't gonna get into singing. I don't want to bring out all my talents, I'm gonna keep that hidden.
I mean, this Christmas, and that's about it. That's all I got.
It's the one that goes on the turn. Yeah.
Just say my favorite Christmas carol is 12
Thank you.
Favorite Christmas carol is Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
My favorite Christmas carol is 12 Days of Christmas.
My favorite Christmas carol, probably Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
My favorite Christmas carol is Jingle Bell Rock.
This Christmas by Chris Brown.
My favorite Christmas song is All I Want for Christmas Is You.
We're caroling through the night, yeah, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas.
First Noel. The first Noel, the angels did, I don't know.
Or me, yeah. What's next?
Chorus. Noel, 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 Noel.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Yay.
We welcome you back on the Frank Haith Show, and this is the final show before Christmas. And Coach, as you get ready for the Christmas time, you want to go into Christmas on a real positive note. The game at the BOK against Colorado State is oh so important, I'm sure.
Extremely important. You talk about a team that's a Mountain West opponent, just like Boise, and they've had some good wins already this year. I watched them the other night against Colorado go right down to the wire, led most of that ball game, and very important game for us. Very important game, and obviously our guys. We'll have a week, we got exams going on, but we'll have a week to prepare and get ourselves ready for that ball game.
And then before we do our next show, you also play at K-State and you finish out the non-league schedule.
Yeah, and we know another challenge and another Power 5 conference team and, in Manhattan, which against a team that's very talented, and we know what that game is going to be like because we played them 2 years in a row.
All right, well, everybody, Merry Christmas from all of us in the TU family. So long, everybody.
The Frank Haith Show, brought to you by Don Thornton Cadillac, Pepsi, River Spirit, TTCU, The Credit Union, and St. Francis Health System. The Frank Haith Show has been a presentation of Golden Hurricane Sports Properties and a Kane Vision production.